Hello and namaste to everyone. I am Runu Monidas, a research scholar with co-author Madhusudan Zevi, Professor of Education and Education Technology. On the behalf of my co-author, I am presenting our paper which is entitled as Mixed Reality in Education, a Bibliometric Analysis of 10 Years of Research. Outline. The outline of the study are shown as introduction, mixed reality in education, data and methodology, empirical results are most trending topics and keywords, most frequently author keywords used, major journals and their publications, most prolific authors, and geographic distributions and international collaborations. So these are the empirical results, and lastly future research and conclusions with the references. So introduction. Contemporary digital technologies deliver eminently interactive users experience with various applications that transform the way that people work and learn. Mixed reality is one of the technology that has potential to progress into everyday practice settings. Mixed reality refers to a real environment that allows for shared interaction with virtual experiences. An MR experience is one where the user is placed in an interactive setting that is either real with virtual asset augmentation or virtual with real world augmentation. The term mixed reality was introduced in 1994 by Paul Milgram and Fumio Kishino. So this is a design of mixed reality formulated by Milgram and Kishino, where we can see that mainly four criteria are assigned, where real environment, augmented reality, augmented virtuality, virtual environment are the core of mixed reality. Now, mixed reality in education. Mixed reality plays an important role in education and training field. Recent research has indicated that VR/MR is effective in improving the learning attitudes and effectiveness of secondary school students. Mixed reality is a new pedagogy which involves both learning content and making use of effective tools for realization. Mixed reality is mostly used for simulated teaching. It has the evidence that MR is used for instructional effectiveness. However, the direction of research, trends of keywords, current status of the countries authored in relation to mixed reality in education has not been explored yet. Therefore, the present study is undertaken to analyze the current trends of mixed reality in education. For the purpose of the study, the researcher has opted a bibliometric analysis method, and the term was coined by Pritchard in the year of 1969. So we know that it's an approach that uses a quantitative method to measure, track and analyze scholarly literature. One of the reasons of using bibliometric analysis is to uncover emerging trends in articles and journal performance, collaboration patterns and research constituents. So these are the steps that need to be followed if we apply bibliometric analysis study. So first is selection criteria and sources, second is data retrieval and cleaning, then lastly analysis. So selection criteria and sources is basically it's about terms, years, indexes, databases, where selection of databases is important with titles or keywords. Then with that, data need to be retrieved, and with that retrieval data need to be cleaned, and lastly the results need to be analyzed. So these are the steps of bibliometric analysis study. Now, data and methodology. For the present study, the researcher recovered data from Web of Science database with 638 articles, then cleaned that data and find 81 articles as the selected item, and then analyzed the articles with VozViewer software, that is shown in the page number 7. In empirical results, we can see that most trending topics and keywords, most frequently authored keywords used, major journals and their publications, most prolific authors, geographic distributions, and international collaborations are discussed in empirical results. So, in most trending topics and keywords, we can say that mixed reality, augmented reality, virtual reality are the most trending keywords and topics, and education, serious games, mobile learning, simulation, embodiment, science education are the relation has the relation with mixed reality in education. So these are the most trending topics and keywords in relation to mixed reality in education. So this is the figure or picture we can say that Voice Viewer software has provided. So here we can see that mixed reality, augmented reality, virtual reality, education, all terms are related to each other. Now, in most frequently authored keywords used, we can see another picture that is retrieved from VoiceViewer software, and we can say that mixed reality, virtual reality, mobile learning, interactive learning environment are the keywords that authors used frequently. With that, we can say that authors' frequent use of keywords help us to understand the application of mixed reality in all of these fields. In major journals and their publications, we can see in the table that journals and number of articles are shown, where Research in Learning Technology is the topmost journal with 10 publications. Similarly, Education and Information Technology is the second most published journal in regards to mixed reality. In most prolific authors, and in this also we can see the picture, and the table shows that Cochrane Thomas, with 5 published articles, is the most productive author. His articles are based on mobile mixed reality in healthcare, education, etc. Secondly, Bert James, on the other hand, is the second most productive author in this field. He focuses on mobile mixed reality, simulation, comparative visualization pedagogy, etc. So, these are the most prolific authors. Now, in geographic distributions and international collaborations, we can see the table where USA, Australia, New Zealand, England are the top most collaborative countries, and with that documents and citations also mentioned, where you can see that USA is the top most country with 23 documents and 557 citations, and with this we can say that USA, Australia and New Zealand are the countries that has mostly focused on mixed reality in education. So mostly all of these countries are developed countries, and all of these countries are focusing on mixed reality. Now let's talk about future research. So future research uh, of mixed reality in education should be based on these 3 criteria, with all the studies or literature that the researcher has reviewed. With that, the future research has found out, and we can say that all education fields need to be studied properly. Then various applications of mixed reality is also one of the future aspect that need to be studied. Then instructional and pedagogy with relation to mixed reality also one of the aspect that need to be covered. Then impact of MR in learner performance is also one of the topic in relation to mixed reality. Then designing and creating curriculum for mixed reality. Then uses of MR in education are also major future research that we can see. Lastly, discovering new technologies, challenges of MR in educational field, skill development are the key terms that need to be related with future studies in relation to mixed reality in education. So, in conclusion, we can say that overall bibliometric analysis help us to analyze the literature in a perspective field. The method seeks to provide information related to the current trends in terms of keywords, authors, sources, and countries in a predominant field. Present study provides glimpse of research trends of mixed reality in education. It can be said that mixed reality is an emerging technology that has been explored by the developed countries. Mixed reality has immense application in science, health, simulation education and use for training purposes. Mixed reality is effective for interactive learning environment and embodied learning settings. Deeper learning, effective performance of the learner engagement, collaborative learning are the highlighting impact of mixed reality in an educational settings. So these are the reference. And lastly, thank you everyone for listening my presentation.